Welcome back for round 2 of the 2016 TW Steel DMAX Championship here at Daytona Sandown Park. Next up, it's the heavy enduro. Chris Carter took his first pole of the season with Adam Nakar an impressive second, and an in-form Malcolm Clark starts third. Rob Bennett is back for this round and starting a little further back. We expect to see him fighting his way forward in this race.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, we'll find out.
Surprised with that time?
I'd like to say no, actually. I was hoping to be near the front at MK, and it just didn't happen.
Okay.
I wasn't quick enough. So
You're getting nearer the front recently.
well, I've moved up a weight category, haven't I?
Feeling confident, obviously, from pole position?
Not now, after the grids decided to change the car.
Oh.
Who knows what now?
But you can come from like at the back of the grid. I've seen it so many times.
Oh, I don't know, I'll get too old for that.
I think you could win on a bicycle, Chris. How you feeling? You are dead on the grid.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad, but I mean everybody's really close. I mean, so we'll see what happens in the race, and I think it's usually pretty busy at the top corner there. So yeah, we'll see. It's a long race, so we'll see.
During qualifying, Adam Nakar pushed his DMAX hard and brought himself within 0.063 seconds of pole sitter Chris Carter for an impressive second place on the grid. In the last 2 minutes, drivers were unable to improve their final laps, so it was Carter from Nakar on the front row, with Clark, Mahoney, Holt and Christopher lining up behind them. Carter leads away from pole, on board with Holt, as ahead of him Mahoney, Nakar and Clark go line astern into turn 1. Mahoney and Nakar go wide and Holt will have the line going to turn 2. Christopher passes Whitney for 5th as Holt moves up to 3rd. Martin in the spin, and Zaustovic gets clouted. That was Diogo Silva. Martin's spin caused that little concertina, and it caught out those behind. Zaustovic now out of position as they're all bunched up heading into turn 4. He does it again, even though Zaustovic left him room. Turn 6, and Malcolm snatches the brakes, and Holt straight up to 2nd on lap 1, having started 5th. Clark and Nakar looking like they're dropping away from the front. Nakar goes for the gap, but both Clark and Christopher square that corner off correctly, and Nakar is easy pickings down the straight. What an opening lap that was from the heavies. Christopher with a better entry into 1. Lap 4, and Bennett and Whitney elbowing each other over 6th place. Clark fires away from Christopher as Foster now joins in the fight. It's a 4-way fight for 3rd. Can they all get round turn 4 without incident? Yes, but Foster drops back and Bennett looking feisty behind him. Wisniewski under attack from Bennett here, and surely he'll have the line through turn 6. He does indeed. Can Wisniewski recover into 8? Pender pops out for an undercut, and I think Wisniewski will be disappointed with himself over the last 3 corners. Daly and Silva having a good little scrap for 16th place. Easy lads, this isn't bumper cars down at the local fair. Crikey, Martin gets sideswiped by Silva. Lap 24, and we're on board with Zaustovic for 11th place. He couldn't get much closer. Hayne is in the wall. Zaustovic with his hand up. Blimey, he's done a 180. No doubt in Hayne's mind who's to blame for that one. Let's see it again. Looks like Hayne was already aiming for the wall, but there's the contact from Zaustovic helping him on his way. Tough to avoid, however, if he'd lifted, it might have been different. Hayne straight back out quickly in a fresh DMAX. Holt giving it everything to try and catch Carter. He's a couple of seconds down the road now. Regular hot shoe Jamie Pender has a great knack of overtaking on turn 8. He's up to 5th. Whitney with a desperate attempt to take 6th from Christopher. Hayne's having a time of it today. The yellows are out. I'm not sure what his issue is, but he's parked up on the grass. It's full course yellows as Haynes makes his way back to the pits, and Carter's rear end is making a funny noise. Zalstovic served his penalty following his earlier incident with Hayne. Lap 63 and Holt has finally caught an ailing Carter. A bit like taking candy from a baby, that one. Lap 67 and Carter with a mighty fight back. Blowing exhaust or not, he's back in the lead of this race. Holt immediately under pressure from Nakar as they head toward turn 4. He's ahead. Holt clings to the inside line, and their squabbling has left them open to an attack from Clark. A brilliant move from him, but this is going to let Carter escape. We're entering the closing stages. Holt leading the battle behind Carter. Big snap of oversteer, and that's allowed Nakar to simply drive round both of them into second place. Holt will be kicking himself for that one. He's looking for Clark now, he's lining him up. Holt manages to stay ahead though. This time around, Clark's on the inside. He tries to firmly close the door behind him, but Holt has his foot in it. Pender tries to muscle through, but Holt shakes him off. Bennett and Holt slowing each other down here as Christopher makes massive gains. Oh, that's a cheeky nudge. Great racecraft from Christopher, but here's Bennett. Carter, the unstoppable race machine. Last corner, and Christopher lunges at Bennett in a last-ditch effort to take 5th. Doesn't work out for him though. What a mega race that was. If you're bored of F1, you should come down to the circuit and watch these boys.
Well, that was an incredible race. You and Nakar were swapping places left, right and centre, weren't you?
Yeah, I mean the first half it was trying to keep close to Adam. He had a bit of pace on me, so just a case of keeping with him, and then gradually we caught Chris and Gareth. But the first half of the race just went on and on and on. I mean, the qualifying showed that everyone was on similar pace by only being about 0.1 of a second between a lot of us. So no, that was good. It was really good fun.
Adam, you started second and eventually you finished second, but it wasn't easy, was it?
No, I got one of my traditional terrible starts, and we were just squabbling a lot. But once that all calmed down, once Malcolm settled behind me, I was quite impressed with how quickly I could reel in Gareth and Chris. Maybe the win was on if I'd driven better and started better, but never mind. Next time, maybe next time.
What an incredible race, Chris. You got pole, and then you raced fantastically. You were down to second. There were a few yellow flags. Then your exhaust was hanging off. How did you then win the race?
Not quite sure. No, I was pleased with qualifying. Built up, which I thought was a really big gap. Couldn't see anyone behind, and then I think they were catching me. A couple of them were catching me a little bit. We had a couple of yellow flag incidents, and I looked back, and all of a sudden they're like almost right behind me, which, to be fair, I suppose we all do it. And after about 40 minutes, the carts started getting louder and louder, and I realised there was a problem with the exhaust. So
There was one point we were going to have to bring you in.
yeah, so I've got to thank Daytona for not bringing me in. And yeah, I'm really pleased with the really pleased with the result.
To find out more about racing in the DMAX Champs, call this number.